Hello, I want to share a few more pointers about being with emotions. Um, the first one is sharing how I've adapted a Tonglen meditation practice to being with emotions. In Tonglen, what you do is on an inhale, you bring up any feelings of suffering, either your own suffering or the suffering of someone else or some other being. And then when you exhale, you send that suffering compassion. So this is a compassion practice. It's about how to you cultivate this feeling of compassion or warmth, affection for, embracing. You cultivate that feeling and you send it to the suffering, and the two emotions alchemize and it neutralizes the suffering. And there can be insight that comes out of that. But so what I've started doing a while ago was I started using that strategy towards uncomfortable emotions. So let's say that you're feeling an uncomfortable or distressing emotion and you're feeling it in your body and it's starting to come up. So being aware, noticing that the emotion is present, and then see if you can find a feeling of compassion or in your mind, or think of compassion in your mind and imagine sending that to meet the uncomfortable emotion. And then there's this neutralizing effect that happens. And it's not about taking away the emotion, but it's about seeing the emotion with compassion and meeting the emotion with compassion. And through that process, that helps you understand the emotion more deeply, and it helps you connect with yourself more deeply, especially when there are really, really uncomfortable emotions that are super hard to sit with. It's like there are some types of emotions that just feel so awful. People will choose to use substances or other addictive behaviors to try to get away from the feeling because it just feels so bad. Um, but if you're able to meet those emotions with compassion, a different kind of energy that that allows you to stay present, and then there's this neutralizing effect of the emotion, so that you can learn from it, you can see it, you can learn from it, you can experience it, but at the same time you don't become overwhelmed by it, and you're meeting it. And that feels very relieving and calming. And the idea of developing a compassion practice is super helpful, like Tonglen. There's others too, metta meditation, and and being able to generate that feeling towards yourself in times when you don't need it, when you're sort of in a neutral place, is a good time to practice it. And then in times when you do need it, it's like an amazing tool to be able to pull out and to meet yourself with that kind of feeling. So that's just another tip that I wanted to give on being with an emotion. Thanks.